This is QTV Nightly News coming to you from our studios on Kairaba Avenue, and I am Asma Uba. Thank you for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. The final of the 4th edition of QCell's annual Quranic competition was held on Saturday at Q City Grounds in Bijilo. Following the final of the QCell-sponsored National Quranic competition, we engaged Ibrahim Muhammad Haidara and Abdullah Barham Job, winners of the full Quran and Azan recitation competitions respectively. After a devastating fire struck the Kurbali family in Naude village in the North Bank region, the Gambia's first family presented food items and cash to the victims. In international news, on Sunday, Rwanda marked a dark chapter in their nation's history, commemorating the 1994 genocide, where nearly 1 million people from the Tutsi minority and Hutu Madrids were slaughtered. And in sports news, the Gambia's finest sprinter, Gina Mariam Baas-Biteye, was presented with a check for $1 million by the Vice President following her historic achievements at the recent African Games in Ghana. Those and other stories coming up. Do stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us. The final of the 4th edition of QCell's annual Quranic competition was held on Saturday at Q City in Bijilo. The event, which attracted hundreds of guests, including senior government officials and religious leaders, has been hailed as a major annual event in the Gambia. Answana Isonyasi reports.
It is widely believed that through regular recitation of the Holy Quran, one's faith in Allah strengthens, instilling tranquility in the heart and soul, and bringing peace amid life's trials. The QCell-sponsored annual Quranic competition is the culmination of several phases of exciting competition of Quranic recitation between contestants drawn from over 100 madrasas across the country. The event is organized in partnership with the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council. Speaking at the event, Sheikh Alhaji Esa Dabo, President of the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council, and Imam Usman Jah, Chairman of the National Quranic Competition, acknowledges QCell's drive to promote the propagation of Islam. They commend Chairman Jah for his foresight in creating a platform for madrasa students to showcase their talents in Quranic recitation and other important aspects of Islam.
Bi momo dunta jang ika fenne kalam tay sondo mokon.
Today, anyone who enters this place gets this special feeling. You cannot help but appreciate what is happening here. On behalf of the Supreme Islamic Council, Imams and all Muslims in the Gambia, I want to thank Mr. Jah and QCell for initiating and supporting this initiative.
Jubluwaay bi du lenn lu dut xemem loo nit ñi di doomi réew mi xemem loo leen alquranul karim mi nga xam ne.
The intention is to encourage Gambians to learn the Quran, to embrace Islam and the teachings of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Over 300 contestants from 176 madrasas in the Gambia registered for this year's competition. Representing the head of state at the event, the Minister for Lands and Religious Affairs, Hamad Nkeba, commends QCell and the Q Group Chairman Mohamed Jah for sponsoring the initiative. He further commends Chairman Jah for continuing his parents' legacy by supporting the teaching and promotion of the Holy Quran, adding that government acknowledges his contribution to national development through various interventions across all sectors.
am na ñu la fi ëppaleel ñu la fi musa ëppale defuñ li nga def jaaruñ fi nga jaar.
There are many people out there who have more resources and means to do more than you are doing in this country, but hardly do we see them engage in such meaningful activities, particularly religious programs. So I want to commend you, Mohamed Jah, and QCell for what you are doing in this country. As a government, we appreciate your contribution. For Q Group Chairman Mohamed Jah, the son of a renowned Islamic scholar, the annual Quranic competition presents an opportunity to showcase the beauty of the Islamic religion. He acknowledges religious leaders for their efforts in propagating Islam and thanks government as well as Q Group customers for their support and continuous patronage.
fu ma taxaw ni dama kontaan torop parce que ku xool xool bi tey.
I am very happy today. If you are a Muslim or Gambian, if you look around this hall today, you can only be happy and appreciate what is happening here. This was initiated by my father, Imam Mas Jah. I recall when we were launching QCell, it coincided with Laylatul Qadr, and he had asked that we create a platform where Imams and Islamic teachers as well as students can come together and engage in knowledge-sharing activities like this one. The first iftar we had was hosted at QCell, and with time, it has gained national prominence. For the first time in the history of the competition, the call to prayer, Azan, was introduced. Muhammad Usman Jah and Abdullah Barham Job were each awarded $15,000 and $20,000 as runner-up and winner respectively. In the Qur'an Quran category, Husseinatu Muhammad Balde was awarded a certificate and $25,000 as runner-up, while Muhammad Sanusi Ahmad Jallo, who emerged winner in that category, was awarded $50,000. In the half Quran category, Sohna Matidam Famara Mente, the only female winner, received $50,000 as runner-up for outstanding performance this year, while Abdul Karim Kaur, who emerged in first position in the half Quran category, was awarded $75,000. In what was perhaps the main highlight of the event, Muhammad Famara Sise was awarded $75,000 as runner-up in the full Quran category, while Ibrahim Muhammad Haidara was awarded $100,000, having emerged winner, much to the approval of the audience. Ansumana So Nyasi for KTV News.
Congratulations to all the winners. Now, following the final of the QCell-sponsored National Quranic competition, we engaged Ibrahim Muhammad Haidara and Abdullah Barham Job, winners of the full Quran and Azan recitation competitions, respectively. More in this report by Jennifer Sonko.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Students competed in the Hafiz or full Quran category, half Quran and a quarter Quran, and the newly introduced Azan competition. The participants came from different madrasas from across the country. The competition is initiated and sponsored by the CEO of the Q Group Foundation, Mr. Mohammed Jah, who through the competition is keeping alive the legacy of his father, Imam Mas Jah, an Islamic scholar, Imam and a Quranic writer. Ibrahim Muhammad Haidara, the winner of the full Quran competition, expressed joy and says he hopes to share his knowledge with fellow Muslims.
Alhamdulillah, kabriya ina wasiro ko katan ko ndalebinta ayon kontan baki la ayon kontan baki.
First of all, I thank Allah. When I heard the announcement that I was the winner of the Quranic competition, at first, when the second winner was called, I was pleased with him and I congratulated him. After that, I heard my name called too. What I want to do with my knowledge of the Quran, the way the Prophet Muhammad said it in the Quran, he said, "The best among you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches others." That is how I want to live my life, if Allah helps me with the knowledge.
Abdullah Barham Job is the winner of the Azan competition. Azan is the Islamic call to prayer in a mosque before the start of each prayer time. Muslims are informed about prayer times. They are also reminded that prayer leads man to salvation. The one who calls worshippers to prayer in this way is called a muezzin. Abdullah Barham Job explains why he dedicates his award to his father.
This award is dedicated to my late father. He encouraged and challenged me to be a muezzin. He asked me to always be at the mosque to perform the call to prayer, Azan. Gambians have an issue of trusting Gambians. We should be celebrated and encouraged. This competition is a clear manifestation that Gambians are talented.
The full Quran recitation competition winner was presented a check for $100,000, while the winner of the Azan competition was presented a check for $50,000. Other participants were also presented with cash and other prizes. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jennifer Sonko.
Now, following a devastating fire which struck the Krubali family in Naude village in the North Bank region, the Gambia's first family has presented food items and cash to the victims. Laji Eve Jallo was at the presentation and he now reports.
The delegation to Naude village was led by Mulli Baro, President Barrow's younger brother from Mankemankunda village. The team presented 10 bags of rice, 1 bag of sugar and $40,000 cash to the victims. Mamadou Onyaye, who spoke on behalf of the first family, said the president and his family responded after seeing the devastating incident on QTV Nightly News.
As you know, fire incident is something that can lead to many things, most especially bringing down all houses and leaving them no house standing is something that is very sad. So when the president heard about it, the first step he said was the brother to come and witness it with the family and sympathize with them by giving them this 10 bags of rice with a bag of sugar and an amount of $40,000. Though it cannot solve all their problem, but it's something that he thinks can help.
Amar Kurbali, who spoke on behalf of the victims, thanks the first family for their timely intervention. We want to thank the president and his family for responding to our plea for help. Since the incident was reported on QTV, we have received donations from people. The president is a generous man. We have also seen the development he is bringing to the people of the Gambia. We will continue to pray for his well-being and protection. Mamadou Onyai also hailed the philanthropic work of the Q Group Foundation.
The CEO of Q Group or QCell or the company is someone that is a concerned citizen. Not only here, there are many things that have been happening in this country. If he didn't send his people, he himself will be going there to see how best he will support. He's a very supportive CEO. He's a very supportive leader, I can say. So these are the kind of people that we want. That's why I'm advising all Gambia, before you give your support to companies that you know they are coming and going, give it to something that you own. This is the benefit of supporting what you own.
Anyone willing to help this family can contact QTV by email on news@qtv.gm or on 3333245 during office hours. For QTV News, I am Alaji F. Jallo.
That story by Alaji F. Jallo will take us to a commercial break, but when we return, we have more stories for you. Don't go away.
The art of juggling is a true spectacle of agility, coordination, and speed. A symbol of progression, precision, and mastery. .5G speed is like having the juggler in your pocket. With lightning-fast download and upload speeds, you'll easily be able to juggle even the busiest workdays. Whether you're a busy entrepreneur, a creative, or just someone who wants to stay connected. Juggle your tasks with ease with QCell 5G speed. The future is here. It's fast, reliable, and efficient. First brought to you by QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Or embarking on a new project and searching for quality, affordable cement, look no further than Salam Cement, proudly Gambian owned and the first ever cement manufacturing company in the Gambia. With 100% European technology and processes, we bring you quality that's unmatched. From raw materials to final bagging, every step is done right here in the Gambia. And now, in the spirit of Ramadan, get our 32.5-hour cement for just $330 and our 42.5-hour cement for just $370. No more hassle of importing cement because we've got you covered with affordable quality cement made right here in the Gambia. All of these meeting European standard EN 1971. We are located at Mile 5, Denton Bridge, Banjo. For more information, call us at 338-4466, 338-8112 or 797-0866. Ramadan Mubarak.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News, and I am Asma Uba. Now, as part of its annual Ramadan support to the needy, Friends of West Africa, the Gambia for Work, a not-for-profit organization, over the weekend presented food items and cash to Muslims in the communities of Bigelow and Kirseling and its surrounding communities. More in this report.
Friends of West Africa, the Gambia for Work, presented 75 bags of 25-kilogram rice, cooking oil, chicken, and cash to various families. The aim is to support these families during the feast of Eid al-Fitr, locally known as Korite. The event was held at Bigelow Lower Basic School. Alkali Matar Loom is the representative of Friends of West Africa, the Gambia for Work.
This project was started about 15 years ago by Usman Ndao. It's a registered charitable organization called Friends of West Africa Gambia Limited for Work, in short. It started by young Gambians who live abroad for a number of years. They thought it fitting to give back to their community. That's the community of Bijilo and Kerserin. So Usman with other people came together to set up this organization. Every year they've been giving bags of rice to needy people during Ramadan. They started it with about 30 bags or so. Then the following year they started giving cash. Last year they started added chicken, whole chicken. This year they increased the cash price and then they add another 1 liter, another bottle of cooking oil.
This is one of the several donations FOWAC makes every year to support the less privileged in society. The Imam of Bijilo, Ibrahima Tambedu, was grateful to Allah for being able to attend yet another presentation by FOWAC in his community.
kon Ousmane Daw ñu ko sant di ko gërëm ndax li nekkut lu yomb ndax yàlla li mu bëgg mooy jaam bu ne la yàlla may teraanga bala yàlla may nga bokk sa moromi jaami yàlla yi.
I would like to thank Ousmane Daw for the good work. What Allah likes is that everyone who is blessed financially should try and support others who are in need. And Ousmane Daw has been doing that. May Allah multiply the blessings of the organization. I am also thanking QTV for coming to cover this event.
The beneficiaries thank Friends of West Africa Group The Gambia for putting smiles on the faces of the needy and the vulnerable people. Sirabaji spoke on behalf of the women beneficiaries.
maa ngi gërëm mbooloo mi ak mboolem ñoo xam ne ñu wër Ousmane Daw.
I would like to thank everyone present here today and also those working for Friends of West Africa, the Gambia, for their good gesture. May Allah shower them with His blessings, and may we witness many more Ramadans in the coming years. I thank you all.
Babukar Ndaw, a resident of Bijilo, said the food aid will greatly help to reduce the burden on them, and he called on other Gambians in the diaspora to emulate Friends of West Africa, the Gambia. Formed over a decade ago by Gambians in the diaspora, FOWAC has supported thousands of Gambians across different sectors and communities. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lamin Alai Fandindabo.
From local, let's now take a look at international news in a moment. On 7th April 1994, extremists from the Hutu ethnic group launched a 100-day killing frenzy in which an estimated 800,000 members of the Tutsi minority and Hutu moderates were slaughtered. On Sunday, Rwanda marked that dark chapter in their history in a commemoration attended by world leaders and dignitaries in the capital, Kigali. Mamadou Mboj has more.
The Hutu final solution. That was how one observer described it at the time, referencing Nazi Germany's extermination of millions of Jews in Europe in the late 1930s and early 1940s. Here, though, there was a crucial difference. In no country in recorded history have so many deaths occurred in such a short time. As part of a week-long of activities commemorating the event, President Paul Kagame placed wreaths on mass graves at the Kigali Genocide Memorial, where more than 250,000 victims are believed to be buried. He also lit a remembrance flame. In his address to the gathering, the president said it was the international community that failed Rwanda, whether from contempt or cowardice. In a video message recorded for the memorial, French President Emmanuel Macron acknowledged that his country and its allies could have stopped the genocide, but lacked the will to do so. Former US President Bill Clinton, who was among the visiting leaders present, has called the genocide the biggest failure of his administration. Records now confirm that in the period leading to April 1994, there had been repeated warnings to the international community that Hutu extremists known as the Interahamwe were planning a genocide against the Tutsi. But no one took heed. At the height of the massacres, the UN peacekeeping force in the country at the time withdrew most of its troops, leaving the civilian population defenseless. Most of the victims did not perish due to military violence, but by machetes and clubs studded with nails. It wasn't strangers who killed or mutilated them, but neighbors and acquaintances, fueled by vicious anti-Tutsi propaganda spread on TV and radio, urging them to weed out the cockroaches, meaning kill the Tutsis. First, they dehumanized the victim to legitimize in their own eyes their bestiality. The churches, where many had fled for sanctuary, were turned into abattoirs, sometimes with the connivance of priests and nuns. The pockets of humanity, such as there were, came from moderate Hutus who showed immense courage, saving or trying to save Tutsi lives, as dramatized in the film Hotel Rwanda. Some of the UN peacekeepers, such as Senegal's late Captain Baijani, whose memorial statue was recently unveiled in Dakar, also received universal acclaim for their heroic efforts to save Tutsi lives. Captain Jani died in his efforts. Much has been written about the causes of the genocide in a nation where perpetrators and victims spoke the same language and shared the same Christian religion and culture. The colonial experience, it has been argued, had sown ethnic resentments which came to a boil in April 1994. It took the invasion of Paul Kagame's Rwandan Patriotic Front in July to end the bloodbath. In the months and years that followed the genocide, dozens of perpetrators have been convicted under the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda, which was set up in Tanzania, as well as in Europe and the USA under the principle of universal jurisdiction. Within Rwanda, community courts, known as Gacaca, were created to speed up the prosecution of hundreds of thousands of genocide suspects. Most extraordinarily, however, what perhaps a few years ago would have been unthinkable is now taking place across the country. Some survivors have been granting what has been called the gift of forgiveness, as they and the murderers have been forging reconciliations, even becoming friends, in a process as painfully slow as it has been challenging, yet a timeless inspiration. For QTV News, I'm Mamadou Mbouch.
From International by Mamadou Mbouch, we'll now take a look at sports news. The Gambia's finest sprinter, Gina Mariam Bass Biteye, was presented with a check for $1 million by the Vice President on Wednesday following her historic achievement at the recent African Games in Ghana, winning gold in 100-meter and 200-meter. Our sports reporter Mamadou Gajaga has more.
Double gold medalist Gina Mariam Bass Biteye received a check for $1 million on Wednesday, presented to her by the Vice President of the Gambia, Mohamed B. Jallow. This came after her heroic triumph at the African Games in Ghana, where she won double sprint gold medals. She expressed her joy after receiving the check.
I just want to use this opportunity to thank everyone. I'm just happy giving this check to me. I use this opportunity to thank Mr. President Adama Barrow. I'm just delighted to have this, and I just want to use this opportunity to encourage the younger ones that are coming also. Hard work always pays, and discipline. Anywhere that you may find yourself, you have to be disciplined, and you have to be hard work and trust yourself. I'm so happy.
After presenting the check to the country's Queen of the Track on behalf of the Gambia's president, Gambia's Vice President, Mohamed B. Jallow, says Bass Biteye's double triumph is a great achievement.
Yes, we have got two gold medals, which is unprecedented. But I had the opportunity of watching some of these games. And particularly your relay team, 4x100 men, you know, they have achieved a national record. So and I think that is something that we should applaud. I know in athletics, it's not just the medals that come, but you are able to beat your previous records. So that would stay. And I think that's something that has to be, you know, applauded, like I said, and even encourage them to do more. I'm sure when the next games come around, I'm sure we're going to do better.
The Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Waibaji, says in addition to the remarkable success of Guinea-Bissau's win at the African Games, the Gambia's overall performance was good.
The good thing is we are able to register an unprecedented number. And in terms of participation in ranking, the athletes were ranked 7 out of 45. Of course, and thanks to Gina Mariam Bas Bitey, who won both the 2 medals, which is the 100 meters gold medal and the 200 meters female for gold medal. So those 2 is what gave us the ranking of 7 out of 45 countries. And in overall, there were 45 countries that were participating. Now, the overall participation, Gambia got 21 out of 45. So for us, that was an achievement.
More than 100 Gambian athletes and officials attended the 13th African Games in Ghana, the country's biggest delegation ever at any international sports competition. Yena Mariam Bas Bitey's triumph was a highlight of the Games, and not just for the Gambia, as winning double gold in the sprints is one of the hardest accomplishments in athletics. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
Congratulations to Gambia's finest sprinter. Now, Gambia International and Feyenoord winger Yankuba Minteh stole the show in the clash between Feyenoord and fierce rivals Ajax. Minteh scored 2 goals in the 6-0 thrashing. Mamudu Gajaga again.
Minteh scored twice and set up another as Feyenoord destroyed fierce rivals Ajax in the Classica on Sunday. The Newcastle United loanee assisted Igor Paxio in the 34th minute before scoring a minute later. He then scored a beautiful corner in the 56th minute to complete the brace. The winger, signed by Newcastle United in England from OB Odense in Denmark last summer, has been in scintillating form since being loaned to the Dutch club. His goal tally stands at 10 goals in all competitions. This is how Minteh reacted after the game in an interview with ESPN Netherlands.
Yankuba, it was a little bit Yankuba day.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, because yeah, today is my day. I think last game wasn't that good enough, but today, alhamdulillah, I played good. Yeah, I'm so happy about it. Yeah. Yeah, today I would say we play as a team and then we fight for each other. When we lose the ball, we try to push each other to keep going. Yeah, that's what I enjoy the most. Yeah.
And the 4-0.
Yeah, the 4-0 also was so good for me. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Tell us about the 4-0.
Yeah, I would say it's a great day for the whole Rotterdam because it means a lot to the fans also. It means a lot for the players also. I would say it's a great game.
How did you? Yeah.
Yeah, this has been my quality since I was young. So.
This is your quality since you were young?
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
In Gambia, you did it every day at school?
Yeah, not every day, but I score a lot of goals like this in Gambia, yeah.
For you, it's a simple goal?
Yeah, I would say for me, it's a simple goal, yeah.
Yeah.
Minteh is set to return to Newcastle United this summer, with coach Eddie Howe reportedly keen to have a look at the 19-year-old before deciding on the next step in his development. Feyenoord coach Arne Slot has apparently concluded that he will lose the services of the Gambian forward for next season. However, Slot would be open to renewing the loan deal if Newcastle United decided that it's the best option. On current form, it appears he will return to his parent club next season. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we have for you in this news bulletin. Join us again tomorrow at 8 p.m. for another bulletin. Thanks for watching and have a great evening.